Now in this lecture we see the remaining examples in the exercise 2.3, that is the last two examples, example number 7 and example number 8, that is based on the sum of the infinite terms of the geometric progression. Now the example is the midpoints of the side of the squares of side 1 are joined to form a new square. Okay, here given that a square here it is a square of side 1. Okay, here it is a square of side, it is a 1. Okay, that means the area of this square it is a 1. Okay, 1 by 1, that is 1 here, and this process is repeated indefinitely. Find the sum of the areas of all the squares. Okay, here it is a given square. Now we want to find the new square, and new square is found by joining the midpoints of sides of the squares. That means it is a midpoint. Okay, here it is a midpoint, it is midpoint, and it is midpoint of sides of square. Now we join these midpoints, we get a new square. Here, and now we want to find the area of this new square. Okay, here it is original square, the side of the original square it is a 1. Now we take the side of the second square, it is a x. That means the area of the second square it is a x square. Again we join the midpoints of the second squares. Okay, then we get a new square. Here this process we repeated. Now the side of the third square we take y. Now again z. Okay, here this process repeated infinitely. Okay, here we find a new square by joining the midpoints of the sides of the square. Now the given that the side of this square it is 1. Now we can join the midpoints of the sides, then we get a new square, that is the second square. We take the side of second square, we take x. Okay, and again we join the midpoints of the second square, we get third square, and we consider the side of the third square it is a y. Okay, now we first find the x, value of the x, y, and it is a z. Okay, it is not necessary, we find only the two values, that is x and y, and it is a z. Okay, it is also we find okay, now here it is a midpoint, and now we want to find this side x. Okay, here it is a midpoint, this length of the square it is a 1, so it is a 1 by 2. Again it is midpoint, so it is 1 by 2, and that means this x we can find by using the Pythagoras theorem, because it is a square, it is 1 by 2, it is 1 by 2, and here it is a side of the second square, and here in this right angle triangle 1 by 2 square plus 1 by 2 square is equal to x square. That means we get the value of x, and after finding the value of x, again by same procedure, it is x by 2, it is x by 2, and then we find this, because is also a square. Again by Pythagoras theorem we find the value of y. Then when we find the value of y is a side of the third square, that means y square, it is the area of the third square. Area of the first square it is 1, because it is given, it is 1. Side of the second square we take x, so the area of the second square it is x square. Then area of the third square it is a y square. Area of the fourth square it is a z square. Now we want to find the sum of that infinite terms, that is a 1 plus x square plus y square plus z square. First find the values of the x, y and z. We get one sequence. Okay, and then after getting the sequence we find the sum. Okay, now here we take the answer from this here. Here the area of the given circle, given square, area of given square is 1. Okay, given, that means the area of the first square. Okay, we take given, it is a first. Okay, area of the given square, that means the area of the first square, it is 1. Now let here x be the side of square joining the midpoints of first square. Okay, here x be the side of the square, it is the second square, it is a x be the side of the square which is joining the midpoint of the sides of the first square. Okay, it is square joining the midpoints of sides, midpoints of sides of first square. Okay, now therefore from figure, side of second square is, here we take it is x square is equal to 1 by 2 square plus 1 by 2 square by Pythagoras theorem. It is x square is equal to 1 by 2 square plus 1 by 2 square, and then it is 1 by 2, it is 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4, that is 1 by 2, and therefore the x is equal to 1 by root 2. It is the side of the second square, and the area of the second square, it is x square, that is 1 by 2. Therefore the area of second square is 1 by 2. See carefully, the area of the first square, it is 1, area of the second square, it is 1 by 2. Now we find the area of the third square, here whose side it is a y. Okay, now it is let y be side of third square. Okay, here now we take the value of the x, it is 1 by root 2. Value of x we get, it is 1 by root 2, and here this side it is 1 by 2, and here it is a midpoint, so it is 1 by 2 into root 2. That means here it is 1 by 2 root 2, and this is also 1 by 2 root 2. Again this triangle is a right angle triangle, therefore 1 by 2 root 2 whole square plus 1 by 2 root 2 whole square is equal to y square. It is a side of the third square. Therefore again by Pythagoras theorem, y square is equal to, okay, here y square is equal to, it is 1 by 2 root 2, half of this x. Okay, it is half of x, it is x by 2, it is x by 2. Okay, and x it is 1 by root 2, so this x by 2 it is 1 by 2 root 2. Okay, see carefully this. Therefore y square is equal to 1 by 2 root 2 whole square plus 1 by 2 root 2 whole square. Here 1 by 2 root 2 whole square, that means 4 into 2, it is 8. 1 by 8 plus 1 by 8, see carefully, 1 by 8 plus 1 by 8, it is a 2 by 8, that means 1 by 4. And therefore y is equal to 1 by 2. Okay. It is a side of the third square. Again we can find the area of the fifth, so it is a fourth square to find the value of z, but it is sufficient. We get the three numbers, that is a 1, it is a 2 and 3. Area of the first square, second square, and it is a third square. Okay, here therefore the areas okay, it is y square, it is the area of the third square. We can write first here. Therefore area of third square is 1 by 4, it is y square, and therefore the areas of all squares are, it is a 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 4 up to, that is just up to infinite. Okay, that means 1 by 2, here 1 by 2 square, then it is 1 by 2 cube, that means 1 by 8. That means the area of the third square, it is a 1 by 8. Then it is the area of the 1 by 1, it is area of the first square, it is the area of the second square, it is the area of the third square, 1 by 4, and area of the fourth square, it is a 1 by 8. Okay, the next term. Okay, 1 by 2 cube, then 1 by 2 to the power 4, then 1 by 2 to the power 5, like that. Okay, here up to infinite time. Okay, that means it is a geometric progression. Geometric progression with a is equal to 1 and r is equal to 1 by 2. Okay, here it is 1 by 2, it is 1 by 2 square, then 1 by 2 cube, 1 by 2 to the power 4, like that. And here mod r is equal to mod of 1 by 2, which is 1 by 2 and which is less than 1. That means sum is exist, and therefore sum of all areas of squares is, it is 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 square plus 1 by 2 cube plus and so on up to infinity. It is 1, then plus 1 by 2, then it is 1 by 2 square, then fourth term it is 1 by 2 cube, and it is right as a upon 1 minus r, and then a, it is 1 upon 1 minus 1 by 2. See carefully, r it is 1 by 2 and a it is a 1, and then the calculation it is, see carefully, 1 upon 1 minus 1 by 2, that means it is 1 by 2, and 1 by 2, 1 upon 1 by 2, it is a 2. Okay, and it is the last answer. Sum of all areas of the square, it is a 2. That means answer of the first question, it is 2. Okay, see carefully. Okay, हे केअरफुली पहा. तुम्हाला काय दिलेले आहे, एक स्क्वेअर दिलेला आहे आणि पुन्हा नवीन स्क्वेअर काय तयार होणार, त्याच्या मिड पॉइंटला जॉईन केल्यानंतर आणखीन एक स्क्वेअर, मग पुन्हा दुसऱ्या स्क्वेअरच्या मिड पॉइंटला जॉईन करून आणखीन एक स्क्वेअर, पुन्हा आणखीन एक, असे इन्फायनाईट स्क्वेअर्स तयार करायचे. देन पहिल्या स्क्वेअरचा एरिया माहिती आहे, दॅट इज 1 into 1, इट इज 1. दुसऱ्या स्क्वेअर याची साईड कशी काढली आपण, हिअर इट इज अ मिड पॉईंट, म्हणजेच पहिल्या स्क्वेअरची साईड जर 1 असली तर इट इज 1 by 2 आणि 1 by 2, आणि पायथागोरसचा थेरम यूज करून आपण काढलेली आहे, इट इज अ व्हॅल्यू ऑफ द यक्स. ओके, मग यक्सची व्हॅल्यू किती आलेली, 1 by root 2. ओके, हे झाली तुमची या दुसऱ्या स्क्वेअरची साईड 1 by 2. पण आता तुम्हाला काय काढायचं, या थर्ड स्क्वेअरची साईड, दॅट इज वाय. देन अगेन इट इज अ मिड पॉईंट ऑफ दिस, हे टोटल यक्स आहे, मग हे मिड पॉईंट असणार x by 2 आणि x ची व्हॅल्यू आहे 1 by root 2, देअरफॉर इट इज 1 by 2 root 2, and then 1 by 2 root 2, 1 by 2 root 2. अगेन बाय पायथागोरस थेरम वी गेट द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ y. ओके, असं करत करत आपण सगळ्या किमती काढणार, झेडची सुद्धा काढू शकतात, आणखीन एक मधला स्क्वेअर घ्या, आणखीन एक स्क्वेअर घ्या, ते वाढत जाणार. म्हणजे हिअर 1 by 1, देन 1 by 2, देन 1 by 2 स्क्वेअर, देन 1 by 2 क्यूब, 1 by 2 to the power 4, लाईक दॅट. ओके, अँड देन या सगळ्या एरियाची, हा पहिल्या स्क्वेअरचा एरिया, हा दुसऱ्या स्क्वेअरचा एरिया, हा तिसऱ्या स्क्वेअरचा एरिया, त्याच्यानंतर हा चौथा स्क्वेअरचा एरिया. ओके, ते एरिया आपण या फॉर्म्युल्यानं काढणार अँड दॅट इज 2. सगळ्या स्क्वेअर्सच्या एरियाची बेरीज, दॅट इज सम ऑफ द ऑल एरियाज ऑफ द स्क्वेअर, इट इज 2 बाय यूजिंग द सम ऑफ द infinite terms in a geometric progression. Now here we take the second question. Okay, पहिल्या क्वेश्चन मध्ये पेरिमीटर होतं, आता पहिल्या क्वेश्चन मध्ये एरिया होतं, आता पाहिजे आपल्याला पेरिमीटर. ओके, आता पेरिमीटरसाठी इथे एरिया नाही, आपल्याला फक्त साईड्स पाहिजेत. ओके, ओके, केअरफुली पहा. आता सेकंड क्वेश्चनसाठी आपल्याला पेरिमीटर पाहिजे. ओके, पूर्ण हेच, फक्त एरियाच्या जागा काय, गिवन पेरिमीटर ऑफ अ स्क्वेअर. पेरिमीटर ऑफ अ स्क्वेअर इट इज 4 into 1. That means 4. It is a perimeter of the first square. Perimeter of a given square, that is perimeter of a first square, it is a 4. Let x be the side of the square joining the midpoints of the sides of the first square. Okay, x. Okay, now we want to find the value of the x. Okay, here x it is this, and now the perimeter, we want to find the perimeter, and therefore the perimeter of second square is, it is 4 into 1 by root 2. That means we can write 4 upon root 2. Okay, it is a side of the second square, and perimeter is the addition of the all sides. 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2. That is 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2 4 times. It is a 4 by. Then again let y be the side of the third square. Again it is a third square. Now we want to find this y. Okay, here it is a value of x. Okay, and here it is x by 2, it is x by 2, and value of x it is 1 by root 2. So this side of the right angle triangle, it is 1 by 2 root 2, 1 by 2 root 2. For the y, it is a right angle triangle by Pythagoras theorem. 1 by 2 root 2 square plus 1 by 2 root 2 square, it is y. We get this y. Okay, and therefore the perimeter of third square is, it is a 4 into 1 by 2, that is a 4 by 2. Okay, see carefully. It is a perimeter of first square, it is a 4. Perimeter of second square, it is a 4 by root 2. Perimeter of third square, it is a 4 by 2. Okay, and so on. And therefore the sum of all perimeters, that is the perimeters of all squares, is, see carefully, here first it is a 1 plus, sorry, it is 4 plus 4 by root 2 plus 4 by 2 plus and so on up to infinite. Okay, again is a geometric progression with a is equal to 4 and r is equal to, here see carefully, r is equal to 4 by root 2 upon 4, it is 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2. Okay, and here 1 by root 2, mod r is equal to mod of 1 by root 2, it is 1 by root 2, and which is less than 1. Okay, therefore the sum is exist, and therefore the sum of the all perimeters, it is of all squares is a upon 1 minus r. Okay, and where a is 4 upon 1 minus 1 by root 2. See carefully, root 2 minus 1, that means 4 root 2 upon root 2 minus 1. Here, see carefully all the calculation. In the first example, we find the sum of the all areas of squares, and in the second example we find the sum of the all perimeters of all squares. Okay, here perimeter, it is 4 into side, and area, it is a side square. Okay, we use two formulas. Okay, here it is a side, it is perimeter. Here it is a 1 by 2, it is a side, it is 4 by 2, it is a perimeter, and we find the sum of the all perimeters. Here it is a 4 root 2 upon root 2 minus 1, it is a calculation of this term. Okay, it is the sum of all perimeters of the squares. See carefully this. Okay, now we see the next example. Now the last example. A ball is dropped from a height of 10 meter. It bounces to a height of 6 meter, then 3.6 meter, then 2.16 meter, and so on. Find the total distance traveled by the ball. Now here a ball is dropped from height of the 10 meter. Okay, here see carefully. Here suppose this is a ground, okay, and here it is a ball. Okay, we dropped a ball in the 10 meter. Okay, here it is 10 meter. Okay. Ball is dropped from the height of 10 meter, then its first bounce, here its first bounce, it is a 6 meter. Okay, so we get it is a 6 meter. Okay, and then again the second bounce, it is 3.6 meter. Okay, and like that. Okay, here now here see carefully, we want to find the distance traveled by the ball, total distance traveled by the ball. Here it is a 10, then it is a 6 meter, then it is a 3.6 meter, then again up to it is a 0 distance, that means infinite times. Okay, here, but here see carefully, we want to find the total distance traveled by the ball. Okay, here ball here we dropped from the 10 meter to the ground, then first bounce of the 6 meter, that means the distance traveled by the ball, it is a 6 meter, and again ball is towards the ground, that means again it travel by the 6 meter. Here in the upward direction, in the first bounce the ball traveled 6 meter, but when the ball return to the ground, again it take the distance 6 meter, that means here 6 meter upward direction and 6 meter in the downward direction, that means here distance traveled by the ball, it is 6 and plus 6. Same here, it is a 3.6 in the upward direction and in the downward direction, that means total distance traveled by the ball here is equal to, it is a 10 plus 2 into 6 plus 3.6 plus 2.16 plus and so on up to infinite. Now we want to find this sum to the infinity. Now first we check it is in a geometric progression or not. Here it is a first term and we take the common ratio. Okay, common ratio, it is a 36 upon 6. Okay, we take first find the common ratio. Okay, now here the sequence, it is the sequence, we can write directly sequence, it is the sequence 6, 3.6 is in geometric progression with A is equal to 6 and R is equal to 33.6 upon 6. See carefully, 3.6 upon 6. Therefore, this can be written, it is a 36 upon 60, and that means it is 3 by 5. Okay, R is equal to 3 by 5, and now here mod R is equal to mod of 3 by 5 is equal to 3 by 5, which is less than 1. That means sum to the infinity is exist, and therefore this can be written as, therefore the total distance traveled by ball is, it is a 10 plus 2 into A plus 1 minus R, and now it is a 10 plus 2 into A, it is a first term, it is a 6 upon 1 minus 3 by 5. Now we take the calculation, it is a 10 plus 2 into 6 upon, here it is a 5 minus 3, it is a 2 by 5. Okay, and therefore it is 10 plus 2 into this 5 becomes in the numerator, that means 30 upon 2, it is a 15, and then it is 10 plus 30, and that means it is a 40 meters. It is the total distance traveled by the ball. Okay, here carefully पहा, हा बॉल 10 मीटरवरून ग्राउंडवर फेकला, त्याचा फर्स्ट बाउन्स 6 मीटरचा आहे, पण आपल्याला काय काढायचं आहे, टोटल डिस्टन्स. मग वर जाण्यासाठी त्याला 6 मीटर लागायले, तर खाली येण्यासाठी पुन्हा डिस्टन्स ते 6 मीटर्स व्हायले, कारण बॉलची ट्रॅव्हलिंग, वर जाण्यासाठी बॉल ट्रॅव्हल करायला, खाली येण्यासाठी ट्रॅव्हलिंग, म्हणजेच टोटल डिस्टन्स काय व्हायले 6 मीटर आणि पुन्हा प्लस 6 मीटर. पुन्हा सेकंड बाउन्स कितीवर राहिला आहे 3.6 मीटरवर, पण पुन्हा त्याला खाली येण्यासाठी तेवढंच अंतर लागणार, म्हणजे पुन्हा येणार 3.6 मीटर, म्हणजे टोटल डिस्टन्स या टाईपमध्ये येणार. हिअर 10 इथं फर्स्ट ओके 10 मीटरवरून आपण फेकला बॉल, देन फर्स्ट बाउन्स 6 मीटर, पुन्हा खाली यायला 6 मीटर, सेकंड बाउन्स पुन्हा 3.6 मीटरवर इट इज, देअरफॉर इट इज अ 2 into 6 plus 3.6 and like that, okay, up to infinite, and then it is a geometric progression, so sum to the infinity we find this value, and then it is a distance 40 meters, okay, it is a total distance traveled by the ball by using this geometric progression, okay, ratio of the bouncing of the ball. See carefully this.